Voices from the Hidden Kingdom is a program dedicated to sharing North Korean refugee stories, facts about their homeland, and facilitate conversations around some of the most pressing issues that the people face today and into the future. New Korea Foundation International acts as an intermediary, advocate, and public-facing voice for those willing to share their knowledge and experiences with you, the listener. All names have been changed to protect all participants and their family members who may remain in North Korea. Our lives are formed and marked by various experiences, places, and people around us each and every day. They not only move us physically from place to place, but also move our hearts and minds into new and sometimes uncharted directions. And it's this type of movement that uniquely defines each of our life journeys. For some, the journey comes with far more obstacles and challenges than most people will ever experience in a lifetime. For others, the biggest journey of their lives is just about to begin. But for even more, pieces of the journey have been stolen away, presenting the biggest obstacle of all. Over the past several years, reports of increasingly fortified borders between North Korea and China have surfaced. In just the last 2 months, reports of repatriation agreements with Russia, as well as newly announced surveillance in China intended to use North Korean refugees to identify brokers and routes, has become a reality. And still, despite these threats, the North Korean people are still willing to try to achieve freedom and prosperity. While visiting Seoul, I was able to meet with my friend Alex, catch up on each other's lives, and talk more in depth about life in North Korea, his journey, and his hopes for his homeland. So this is an interview with Alex, a good friend of mine, and we're just going to talk a little bit about the past, the present, and the future around his journey.
Yeah.
So Alex, what area of North Korea did you grow up in?
Actually, I was born near the part of the north in North Korea. We call the Lianggang-do. Yeah. But actually, I moved a lot of different cities in North Korea. So, yeah, sometimes I've been the Gyeongsang-buk-do. It's like a middle of North Korea. Yeah, or Hamgyong-buk-do. It was middle of North Korea, but it's west part.
All right. Yeah, so you traveled kind of all over the place. So you've seen everything.
Yeah, I think so.
That's a pretty unique experience, considering that we've talked before about how North Koreans can't freely travel everywhere. So that's a pretty unique experience.
Yeah.
So in your traveling around North Korea, what is your favorite place of all the places you'd been to?
Yeah, I think the most my favorite place is the Myeohyang-san. Yeah, it's one of the most popular mountain in North Korea. Yeah, so.
All right.
And the air condition is so good.
Oh,
yeah,
the fresh air.
Yeah, fresh air, a lot of tree. Yeah.
And can you see?
Yeah.
You can see a lot.
Yeah, of course.
All right.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
If I have chance to live there, I will go there.
Right.
Yeah.
When you're able to go back, is that the first place?
Yeah, of course.
Nice. What would you say as you think about the past? What was the most troubling issue in North Korea when you lived there that you remember? The most difficult?
You know, in North Korea, the North Korea regime, they don't allow to move the other city. Yeah, so if I move out the other city, I need the permission from the North Korea government. Yeah, if I don't have the permission, the pass key, I cannot go anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Almost like visa, having to have a visa,
like a visa,
but more complicated.
Yeah, right.
What was your understanding of the outside world before you left North Korea?
Yeah, before I left North Korea, I didn't know about the outside North Korea, because in North Korea there's nothing information about the outside the world. Yeah, so I couldn't hear anything. But one day I went to China to make some money. So that was first experience to see other side outside. Yeah, so yeah, it was very surprised me because the North Korea and China are very different country. Yeah, they're like economically, China is more higher than North Korea. Yeah, the first time I went to China Mountain, yeah, I saw the plastic bottles. Yeah, but in North Korea, the plastic bottles is very expensive, and it's very how can I say that? It's not there's not much there. Yeah,
No, it's pretty rare.
yeah, it's very rare. Yeah, so. Oh yeah, there's a lot of the plastic bottle. Wow, I can grab it, that I can reuse that. But the other people will say, yeah, just throw it. There's a lot. Yeah, we don't reuse them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah.
And you had mentioned, I remember talking about this one other time, that you had picked, was it wild strawberries?
Yeah,
in the
white
mountain?
strawberry. Yeah, and white strawberry, dal, and like a blueberry, wild blueberry. Yeah, but yeah,
I bet they were delicious.
yeah, I saw that.
Right. How old were you, if you don't mind telling us, when you did that the first time?
Yeah, I think that was 14 years old. Yeah.
14. I can't even. I think of my daughter, and I can't imagine her like leaving to the state or even a different city alone at 14 years old. So unbelievable. Do you think that the experience that you had, paired with the challenges that North Koreans were experiencing, do you think that that inspired you to eventually leave on your own? That knowing that the outside world was very different and maybe not as difficult.
Yeah. But when I went to China, I experienced a new world. Yeah, so I recognized, what is the oh yeah, I had a lot of think about why I am living like this. Yeah, I met Chinese people. Yeah, they are better than me. They give me some food and money. Yeah, but in my case, I don't have any money. I was starving. Yeah, so why I am starving. Yeah, I think I'm better than them. Yeah.
Sure. I mean,
Yeah,
right, when you're a teenager, and no. I'm sure that that seems to be a common question that most of the North Koreans I've met have asked is, why am I living like this here? This doesn't seem right.
Yeah, because when I was in North Korea, I'm starving now because I'm still young and I'm not smart than the other people. But I went to China. The thing was freaking out. Yeah. So it's not. My thought is it was correct. It was not correct. Yeah. I think the basic living the status, the government have to provide for their students. But in North Korea, they don't do this. Yeah, so it is because it's the problem about the North Korea regime. Yeah, I recognize at that time.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. And so I think that, one of the questions that I'd had was, so once you began to see the outside world, did it conflict with everything that you had learned, which is kind of what you're saying, is that once you saw the outside world, it was like, wait a minute, This is not
Yeah.
what we were taught. This is
Yeah.
not what we were told.
Right.
That had to be difficult, I'm sure. I know a young woman that we both know
Yeah.
said that it was very difficult for her the first 6 months, realizing that everything she'd been told was not true,
Yeah.
and feeling kind of not good about that. Your journey was really long from the time you left to the time you were able to make entry into South Korea.
Yeah.
And people don't understand how complicated that process is, and
Yeah.
we don't need to talk about all of that today because you have other things to do today. But when you did arrive in South Korea, what surprised you the most?
Yeah, actually, there's a lot of things. Yeah, because food and the building, the modern building, modern city, and the South Korea, the transportation is very good. Yeah,
Right?
Yeah, it's so comfortable and convenient. Yeah, it was everything was surprising for me. Yeah. I think the most part is the food. Yeah, nobody are starving in South Korea. Yeah, it's enough. South Korea have enough food.
Sure.
Yeah,
sure.
it was very surprising.
Yeah, which is one of the things that I find when I visit Seoul specifically, but South Korea is there are so many restaurants and so many signs and so much traffic and so many people. It feels overwhelming sometimes.
Yeah,
But you're right. There's food everywhere.
yeah.
You can get it everywhere.
Also, I would say the Coca-Cola.
Oh,
Yeah, in North Korea, I never have experienced with the Coke.
oh,
Yeah, yeah, because in North Korea we don't have
Sure.
Coca-Cola.
sure,
Yeah,
sure. But you like it.
yeah, of course, I love it.
Oh, my
Yeah,
mother would be very happy. She's a Coca-Cola family.
I see.
When escaping North Korea, there's a report that says that when escaping North Korea, only about 1 in 5 individuals will make it to freedom in South Korea. Because, again, that journey is so complicated and difficult. It's not just, I'm going to walk over the border or I'm going to climb this fence. It's very complicated.
Yeah, of course.
And there are fewer men than women that escape. What was your experience around that? I know we've talked a little bit about you initially traveled alone, but you didn't travel entirely alone.
Yeah, actually, I came to South Korea around 18 years old. Yeah, before I escaped to South Korea, I worked in China almost for 4 months. Yeah. In North Korea, in China, on the mountain, and there's some North Korean people who work there. Yes, so I met some people, some of those Korean people on the mountain to make money. Yeah, but one day was some people who work with me. They were captured by the Chinese military. Yeah, and then I moved to the other mountain, and I met new people. They were also North Korean people. Yeah, when I came to South Korea, there is the 15 people who worked with me. Yeah, we. But most people were captured too. Yeah, so only 3 of 15 people escaped to South Korea successfully. Yeah.
Wow, 3 of 15.
Including me. Yeah.
Well, we're very fortunate that you're here.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, it was super dangerous. Yeah, journey, because I had to across a lot of river. I have to hike a lot of the mountain. Yeah, Also, I met Chinese military, Chinese police. Yeah, I just ran away from them. Yeah, it was so scary.
I bet.
Yeah.
I cannot imagine. A thought just crossed my mind that the first time we met, you saw me speaking to one of our other friends.
Yeah.
But you came right to me and you said, "Hello, my name is Alex," and you were very friendly. And I think that's one of the things that I've heard throughout the times we've spoken is that you like to meet people.
Yeah.
And you are friendly and outgoing, and that's probably part of what got you as far as you've gotten is you're smart and you're friendly.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So you have truly traveled the world. You've been everywhere. What are some of the places that you've gone to?
Yeah. Actually, I love to travel around the world. So I try to travel the other countries. And so after I came to South Korea, yeah, I've been, of course, I've been the USA, the European countries. My most place is the Grand Canyon.
Oh, that's your favorite place.
Yeah, it's my favorite place.
Oh,
it's
wow.
It's so beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it is, and it's. I haven't been there for a long time, but I love. It's so big it doesn't seem real.
Yeah.
But the layers of color that show the passage of time,
Right.
and it's always kind of like when I fly, I always see like the ground and think it looks like a grandma, like with the wrinkly skin, but wise and
Right. Also, it's so huge. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it there.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've done. I know you've been in school in the U.S. and have studied in other places, which is unbelievable. It's crazy. Oh, I'm so proud of you. In previous conversations, we've talked about your literal journey from North Korea to South Korea. And as I reflect on that and kind of everything you've been through, one, you're my hero because I sometimes don't even want to. Excuse me. Sometimes I don't even want to leave my house because I'm too afraid of going down and trying to find the way to in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
So you're my hero. But you travel with such confidence and joy.
Yeah.
That what advice do you have for people around travel?
Yeah.
But especially people like me who have some fears around travel.
I see. Yeah. In my case, if I say, I would say, yeah, you don't have to worry about that. Just go. Yeah, go, and then you can meet new people, and they're gonna help you. Also, you can experience new things. Yeah, it's gonna be, it's encouraging. Encouraging. Yeah, encouraging you.
Yeah.
So, if you have a lot of things, you cannot go anywhere. Yeah. So I would say, yeah, just go.
Just go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You don't need a plan. Just
I
go.
think you said the other day, no plans, just go.
Yeah.
Just go.
Just do it.
Which I took that advice yesterday, and I conquered some fears, and I kind of kept you in mind, and it was scary, but I did it.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's good. It kind of, I think what I learned is that you learn that you can do difficult things. So, like what you thought you couldn't do, now you can. So travel and taking risk.
Yeah.
It helps you to grow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
Nice. Now that you have experienced life outside of North Korea, and you have really experienced life, what is your hope for the North Korean people?
For the North Korean people, yeah, as soon as we can bring the Korean unification, I want to see the one Korea, and then and then the North Korea people can receive their basic human rights. Yeah, also like freedom. Yeah, in North Korea they are starving, and then they cannot move to the other country, the other city. Yeah, yeah. I think that is the big problem for the human. Yeah, North Korean people also the same people with the other countries people, but they cannot receive any freedom. Yeah, they cannot speak out for the North Korea regime. Yeah, they can. Yeah, like that. Also, there is no religion in Korea, in North Korea. Yeah.
Yeah, so no choice.
Yeah, there's no choice. Yeah.
It's difficult. Like, it's from your job that you wanting to have a job. You can't choose a job to. You can't choose a religious path.
Yeah.
You can't choose to travel.
Yeah. Yeah, they cannot make any money even they are working for the Korean regime. Yeah.
Unbelievable. What would you want? I think about this often, that there's so little information that comes out of North Korea, but there's also so little information that goes in. If you could tell the North Korean people anything, now that you're out in the outside world, what would you want to tell them? What do you want North Koreans to know?
Yeah, the outside is super different between the North Korea. Yeah. So I want to say that I want to tell them about why. Oh, do you know what is freedom? What freedom is? Because in North Korean people they cannot see, they cannot think about the freedom. We don't use the freedom. When I was in there, I didn't know what is freedom. What freedom is. Yeah. So I'm gonna explain about the freedom. Yeah.
Kind of what it really, what it means to you, but what it means for them.
Yeah. You have to be provided about basic human rights and freedom. Yeah. But in North Korean people, they cannot receive anything from the because of the North Korea regime.
So you had said that you look forward to the day of reunification and One Korea. That's going to be really difficult. It's not impossible. We've seen it happen in other parts of the world. And we've talked about, not in this podcast time, but outside, that it will be very difficult and will require the entire world to really come together and help. With that in mind, what advice would you give to North Korean people about reunification?
North Korea people. What was your question?
Oh, yeah. No, what advice would you give North Korean people about reunification? Because I know right now the governments are living as two separate, identifying as two separate, and North Korea, regime is saying there will never be one Korea. We are independent, and we, juche, we live on our own. We can handle our own. So knowing that is the message that people receive, but they can't provide all of their own things. So reunification is important for the people, for the human rights, for the economy, for food, for, joining families back together again. What advice would you give someone in North Korea about the importance of reunification, why it's good?
I would say the North Korea, the government, they are lying for the to North Korean people. So North Korean people, they have to know about the North Korean government. So I would say simply, yeah, the outside the country we use the internet. Yeah, YouTube, SNS. Yeah, but in North Korea they don't have that one. So in North Korea, people, if I say a lot of things, they cannot recognize anything because they don't have any information. Yeah, so I had to I have to send them the outside information, and then that's why we have to make the reunification. Yeah, if you want to live better life in North Korea, we need to bring the reunification.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think that's great advice, because I think that, again, if you're living in a situation where the leadership has lied and misled the people, and it's hard to say, oh, yeah, reunification would be great, but when they begin to understand that for education and fulfillment and human rights and food and all of the benefits, that it's important, but it's important for them.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, them first.
Yeah, I think the food is most important things.
Yeah.
For those kind of people.
And then what advice would you give to the rest of the world or world leaders about reunification?
Yeah, I think the Korean Peninsula problem is not just our problem, and I think that is the world problem. Yeah, the Korean Peninsula is divided. Yeah, because of I think the world issue. Yeah, it was not our wish.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. So now North Korea, they have the nuclear weapon. They are flourishing around the world. Yeah, so we have to solve the nuclear weapon. Yeah. So in Korean Peninsula, we are still in war. Yeah. So we have to solve this problem first. Yeah. So I want to ask them just to interesting in North Korea. Yeah. It was not just our problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the first podcast,
Yeah.
I spoke with one of our friends, and I had mentioned that the world sees North Korea being imprisoned, really 1950, 1954, 1953, right in there when the division and the war had happened. But the reality is that North Korea has lived under oppression and occupation since 1895, the Sino-Japanese War, when Japan took the Korean peninsula.
Yeah.
And so North Korea has no one alive today that has ever known freedom, which kind of blew my mind. Like, 할머니, 아버지 would never know.
Yeah.
Like they may remember Japanese occupation, but probably not. Probably only Korean War now.
Yeah.
So, it's a serious issue. It's a big issue, and the division of the peninsula happened as a result of World War II, with Russia taking the north, U.S. taking the south, under the message of we need to drive out the Japanese, but there was no consultation of the Korean people at all.
Yeah.
Which unfortunately has affected families. It's an example of a single decision that has created a catastrophic event.
Yeah.
Lasting generations.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a complicated issue.
Yeah.
Very complicated.
Yeah.
My goodness, so much to think about, so much to absorb.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate your time and your willingness to talk to me always.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's good to see you again.
Yeah, of course.
And
thank you for inviting me.
yeah,
here.
yeah. And hopefully we'll talk again soon.
Yeah, of course.
All right. Thank
Yeah,
you.
Thank you.
Bye. Alex is currently a student studying international relations and Korean law. As of today's recording, he is seeking to further his education, and he intends to study abroad in autumn of 2026. Alex's journey truly details the perseverance and grit that the North Korean people have, but also their humanity, their compassion, and the dreams they have for themselves and their countrymen and women. While the details of his journey are specific and unique to him, the overriding process and the theme remain constant for the North Korean people. They are to seek freedom, achieve prosperity, and get basic human rights, and to thrive versus just survive. Now, a key piece of Alex's journey was inspired by increased awareness of the outside world. Though there's been a new level of pressure and increased monitoring and surveillance, as well as punishment for possessing and consuming foreign media, the people still need to hear what's going on. And you can play a key role in making sure that they hear the truth about what the outside world is like. And you can play a key role in making sure that the North Korean people hear the truth about the outside world via our New Hope broadcast. You can give them access to the Word of God through regular scripture reading and are able to send messages of hope. These messages are intended to encourage and let them know that the world has not forgotten about them. To send your letter of hope to North Korean people, simply email it to nkHb316@gmail.com. That's NKHB as in boy, 316@gmail.com. Our staff will translate your letter and read it on air. If you feel led to financially support our work, the Hope broadcast, or this podcast, you can send your payments via Zelle or PayPal. The address is giving@newkoreafi.org, or you can send physical payments of letters to our U.S.-based office at 4048 Lakeland Avenue, number 22171, Minneapolis, Minnesota, 55422, USA. If you've enjoyed today's podcast, I encourage you to like and subscribe so you can hear all future podcasts. And if it's not too much to ask, share it with your family and friends as well. We can't continue to grow and gather these stories and share them without the support of people like you. Voices from the Hidden Kingdom was brought to you by New Korea Foundation International, a U.S.-based 501c3 advocating for North Korean refugees, their nation, and their families. Thank you for listening.